in their last match. Stephanie Arasan put in a valiant effort, stepping up against Bacolod Taytong High School, and she and the rest of the junior Tigresses will look to finish strong against Sandra Ramirez and the rest of the girls from De La Salle Lipa, who have shown promise and grit throughout their campaign. The action continues here at the San Andres Sports Complex in Manila as we bring you the 2023 Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational League. As we take a look at our matches earlier, of course, nakita natin California Academy stunning NU Nazareth School in 4 sets, and Naga College Foundation bouncing back from their set 1 loss and won against Bacolod Taytong High School. So itong California Academy and Naga College Foundation magtatapat sa finals. Later on, we'll see FEU Diliman taking on Adamson University. But first things first, the UST Junior Tigresses will take on De La Salle Lipa. Hello everyone who's watching us live on Solar Sports, Tap Sports Plus Network, and on the Shakey Super League social media pages. Ken Pangilinan and Richie Cordero. And Richie, we've mentioned that both these teams, they lost in the quarterfinals, but the good news, they have a chance to end their campaign on a high note.
Yes, exactly. And although both UST and De La Salle Lipa already ended their run here in the Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational League, we can still expect a very competitive match coming from two of them, as this will classify their final ranking in this tournament.
So let's begin our Shakey's pre-huddle of the game, brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. Like we mentioned earlier, we already have the 2 finalists, California Academy and Naga College Foundation. And Richie, you see here De La Salle Lipa and UST sa respective brackets sila. Tough losses against both Bacolod Taytong and Naga College Foundation. And we see here, unahin na natin itong UST in their last quarterfinals matchup. As we've mentioned, they faced off against Bacolod Taytong High School. Actually, lumang sila first and second set midway through those sets, but unfortunately for them, Bacolod Taytong just finishing strong in the end.
Yes, exactly. UST fought a good match, even leading in the second set, but unfortunately fell short once Bacolod Taytong took advantage of the errors that UST produced. Although we still witnessed a duo of Stephanie Arasan and Lian Penular, who scored 9 points apiece for their squad.
So let's see if they could build on that performance. Talking about tong UST, samantala naman for De La Salle Lipa, another team that started out really well against a heavily favored Naga College Foundation side, but Naga College Foundation winning the last 2 sets to book a place in the semifinals.
Yes, in their previous game, La Salle Lipa dominated with a very convincing first set victory even, but quickly shifted the momentum to Naga, who forced and won the extended 3-set match. Note that we also had a new face who stepped up for De La Salle Lipa named Sandra Ramirez, who shined with an incredible 10 points.
So can De La Salle bounce back today with a win over UST? Or will the Junior Tigresses end their stint on a high note? Alamin natin as we turn you over to Migs Torres for our opening pleasantries.
Good afternoon. We now head to a pair of classification matches here in the Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational League. First up, a game between the De La Salle Lipa Green Stallions and the UST Junior Tigresses. Let's meet both teams, starting with the De La Salle Lipa Green Stallions. Led by team captain number 7, Shane Di Maano. And first libero number 11, Gabriel Reyes. Number 1, Sofia Las. Number 2, Luisa Di Mayuga. Number 5, Danielle Aldovino. Number 6, Saliana Rocafort. Number 8, Aisha Tienza. Number 10, Sandra Ramirez. Number 12, Mason De Silva. Number 16, Vida Caringal. Number 17, Riza Mamailaw. Number 18, Kashmira Miranda. Number 19, Angela Abilardo. And second libero is number 3, Reika Amata. And now here come the University of Santo Tomas Junior Tigresses, led by team captain number 8, Margaret Altea. And first libero number 4, Francesca Rodriguez. Here come their teammates, number 2, Chaitlin Mauricio. Number 3, Jayla Adrao. Number 5, Jacqueline Lipat. Number 6, Bernice Colendra. Number 9, Jen Chua. Number 10, Piena Rasan. Number 11, Anisa Santos. Number 12, Lian Penoliar. Number 15, Ashley Magnayi. Number 16, Rachel Bahamonde. Number 18, Abigail Sinson. And their second libero is number 14, Barbie and Verga. Our referees for match number 31. First referee, Sphinx Cabusa, national referee. Second referee, Jason Altarejos, national referee. And now the starting lineup for both teams, starting with the University of Santo Tomas Junior Tigresses. Team captain number 8, Margaret Altea. Number 3, Jayla Drao. Number 10, Bien Arasan. Number 12, Lian Penoliar. Number 15, Ashley Magnayi. Number 18, Abigail Sinson. And their starting libero is number 4, Francesca Rodriguez. Head coach for the Junior Tigresses is Lerma Hiron. And now the starting lineup for the De La Salle Lipa Green Stallions. Team captain number 7, Shane Di Maano. Number 5, Danielle Aldovino. Number 6, Aliana Rocafort. Number 10, Sandra Ramirez. Number 10, Vida Caringal. Number 17, Riza Mamailaw. And their starting libero is number 11, Gabriel Reyes. Head coach for the Green Stallions is Imelda Mendoza.
Us here as UST will take on De La Salle Lipa here at the San Andres Sports Complex in Manila. We bring you the starting 6 for both squads. Jayla Adrao, Altea, Stephanie Arasan, Lian Penoliar, Ashley Bagnay, their starting setter, Abigail Sinson, and their starting libero is Francesca Rodriguez. On the other hand, for De La Salle Lipa, we've got Aldovino, Aliana Rocafort, Shane Di Maano, Sandra Ramirez, Vida Caringal, Raisa Mamailaw, and Gabriel JT Reyes as their starting libero. So UST in yellow and De La Salle Lipa in green. Happy to have you here on a Saturday afternoon. Ken Pangilinan, kasama po si Richie Cordero. And we begin set number 1, brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. So Richie, you've played high school volleyball before. You've seen so many teams play, particularly these two squads, as Althea gets the first point para dito sa UST. Richie, what do you think is your expectations here, especially na nakikita mo yung skill level ng lahat ng players sa magkabilang koponan?
Well, we're expecting a very competitive match. As we were saying a while ago, two teams very respected ever since I was still in high school. You know that they're even up to their grassroots program, actually, they're really based on the basics of volleyball. So we can expect very good competition here.
And Marge Althea really starting out strong. Actually, from our perspective, parang nag-struggle to see Althea in their last match against Bacolod Taytong. In the second set, halos hindi siya pumasok. She wasn't start of that starting lineup at the start of that second set. But here, trying to really bounce out strong here, Richie.
But I think it's really up to her to lead her team now and bounce back from the previous game and focus on their match against De La Salle Lipa now.
We mentioned at the top of our coverage, it was Arasan and Pinulyar, as well as Sinson, who brought the scoring punch para dito sa UST. But right now, they have been starting out strong, 4-0 in favor of the Junior Tigresses.
Good attempt for Ramirez to save that ball, but unfortunately, it was a miscalculation on giving that free ball over to UST.
For De La Salle Lipa naman, malayo pinabiyahe nila, 2-hour drive from their place. But really did a good job all the way to the quarterfinals. But meanwhile, guns a-blazing here for UST, 5-0. And La Salle Lipa will call timeout here. Let's listen in to Coach Aimee Mendoza.
Tatlong mamamalo natin. Sige kayo, lumingi ka dun. Ang mahalaga, rumisib tayo. O, kumuha ka dito ng receive ng kaunti. Para kumuha ka dito ng kaunti, tumulong ka. Kasi bukas na bukas eh. Ha? Bukas na bukas ang gitna. Let's start with a good receive. Okay? Kuha tayo. Yun lang. Yun lang, yun lang. Okay, Lord, sana makakuha po kami sa inyo po ito. Let's go! The sun!
Coach Aimee giving very direct instructions as she reminded her players to start first with a receive because that is the start of volleyball. You can't have an attack or a play without a good receive.
And yun my favorite sa mga timeout ni Coach Aimee. She always ends their huddle with a quick prayer to boost itong moral nitong squad niya. Which is relatively a young squad. Only 3 graduating players here as Aldovino scores right there. Finally getting on board itong De La Salle Lipa. And inusap nga natin siya kanina, Richie. Only 1 player from the starting 6 yung graduating player. So relatively, yung 5 kasama niya is really mga bata pa.
Well, this is a good opportunity for them to also mature inside the court, as Coach Aimee was also saying a while ago.
So it's 5-1, UST. And she gets that point, talking about to si Sinson.
I actually like what I'm seeing from the UST Baby Tigresses because they started with a very explosive attacks.
So 6 serving 1. Marga Althea, the reigning UAP season 85 second best middle blocker. Back set. And Mamailao taps it in.
Mamailao actually had that set a bit too low for her. That's why she opted for a drop ball, but it ended up pretty effective.
Take a look once again at that approach galing kay Mamailao. Now if you're La Salle Lipa, you're the smaller team in terms of height. What do you think they need to do to offset itong height advantage itong UST? Much like that hit galing dito kay Jaila Adrao.
Well, when they first stepped on the court, we already noticed the very evident height difference coming from Lipa and UST. So I feel like the advantage Lipa has is that they're closer to the ground and they're more agile. So they have to use that as an advantage to get more of those defenses.
Now we head into our first technical timeout. UST in command so far. They have a 6-point lead. What has been the problem so far para dito sa De La Salle Lipa, Richie?
Well, I think UST really started very explosive already, aggressive in the first even 3 points of the match, where De La Salle Lipa is a bit struggling to compose themselves to get that free ball and convert them into plays that will be effective for them to get the points.
You know, for UST, recap lang natin last quarterfinals matchup nila against Bacolod Taytong. In set number 1, they led 15-12. But Bacolod Taytong racked up 6 straight points, and from there on, they just took care of that set. Pagdating no set number 2,
They also led.
oo, 6-point
Yes.
cushion from there. Pero Bacolod Taytong just very resilient, 5 straight points. Actually, UST even led late in set number 2, had a chance to snatch that set, but Bacolod Taytong was just really forcing their way, and eventually they took home the win. But it just shows na itong UST pretty capable of making a run and just fell short in the quarterfinals.
Yes, but let's not forget that Bacolod Taytong also took advantage of the errors UST committed in the second set of their previous match.
On the other hand, Salle Lipa, although they're still struggling here in this set, and a service ace galing dito kay Jaila Adrao for Salle Lipa. They have been a resilient bunch. We mentioned how young they are. Perhaps yung character nila nasusubukan pa lang, but for the most part, actually, tignan mo lang yung last match nila against Naga College Foundation. They went step for step against that formidable bunch.
It was actually 25-14, which is a very convincing win for them.
But Naga College Foundation eventually took care of set number 2 and 3. Kaya nga ito na, yung match natin ngayon. UST versus Salle Lipa. As Karingal gets it to go.
That was actually a miss hit, and you see her celebrating that point.
Probably their lone player na could match up well in terms of height against.
It may be a miss hit, but you saw her really directing her hand towards that spot in the UST defense system.
It's 9-3 Magnaye. Sets up Arasan, and she finds a spot in the corner.
Very difficult spot to defend in, especially if it's long ball and you are uncertain if that ball is gonna go inside or out.
So it's 10 serving free. UST with their biggest lead, 7 points. Sinson really started strong. Set number 1 in their last match against Taytong really started out well, but right now, service error, so point goes to Salle Lipa.
Salle Lipa can really take advantage of gaining momentums from UST's errors.
So the team captain, Shane Di Maano, on deck to serve. Good setup job galing dito kay Magnaye to Penolyar.
Textbook volleyball for UST Tigresses. Let's see that once again. Yung mga set na ganun, alam mo nakabisado na ng setter yung approach ng middle blocker and attacker niya.
Re-establishing their biggest lead so far, 7 points, 11-4. UST reached the semifinals in the recent UAP Season 85. Karingal trying to tap it over but unable to do so, so point to UST once again.
Medyo naluno dun si Karingal dun sa setup sa kanyang setter, kaya she really just opted for a drop ball.
Now,
And it was easily read by the UST blockers.
Coach Aimee Mendoza will call it timeouts. Let's listen in.
That means you're listening. You're showing me you're listening. Kasi hindi mo sa libero dinala eh. Pero yung lahat ng sinabihan ko, libero, malakas ngang mag-service receive. Doon yung padadalin. That's the first. Dumipensa kayo. Go! Go! Listen! Kasimple-simple ng instructions. Luisa!
I feel like the communication of the players of Coach Aimee and her really need to be established more, because she instructed her players to really have service targets when they are serving, and they are failing to deliver. But that's something for them to work on, and let's see how they will bounce back in the next points.
Aldovino. Now, a chance for them to reset. Karingal with the middle attack right there.
Ang gandang bawi ni ng palo ni Karingal.
Take a look once again. Quick attack, courtesy of Vida Karingal. And she will sub out here in favor of Di Mayuga.
Salle Lipa has to take advantage, just like that previous point, that they are given free balls. Because when you actually see and realize that they are given free balls, no hesitation, pumapasok yung mga attackers nila, and it usually converts into a point.
They haven't found their groove so far because of those kinds of errors. So, minsan you expect something like this from a young team. Yung mounting errors, yung not being able to execute yung game plan early on. And that's a growing pains if you're a young team. But good news for them, they've got Coach Aimee Mendoza really guiding them. But yan, so far, ganyan talaga eh. There, error after error. You wanna see yung body language, yung hinahanap ni Coach Aimee Mendoza from them, the fight to bounce back. Dahil mangyayari at mangyayari yan, Richie.
Actually, when we were talking to Coach Aimee, she mentioned yung tibay ng loob na nakita niya sa mga players ng ibang team na gusto niyang i-apply dun sa players niya ngayon. Now, given that they are relatively new or relatively young team, they still have a lot to learn. And this is a perfect opportunity for them to get those bits and pieces from each team that they look up to.
But the good news, still a long way to go. Tandaan natin, best of 5 sets tayo ngayon. Unlike in the quarterfinals and the eliminations. But right now, UST with an 8-point lead. And unable to mount an attack again, itong Salle Lipa. Still the same problems. Unable to get that first ball, hindi sila ma-execute ng attack. So 9-point margin for the Junior Tigresses. Ashley Magnaye, who actually played for Salle Lipa before.
Actually, I think a lot of players from UST come from Salle Lipa, and of course, as we mentioned before, they really do have a commendable grassroots program that will build those foundational skills as a volleyball player that you need.
Raisa Mamaylao getting that point from the middle. So it's 15-7. Magnaye goes to Marga Altea, picked up there by Reyes. But another easy ball para dito sa mga nakadilaw. They go middle, Adraw. Mamaylaw na nag-set. Di Maano, blocked. She will try again. Chance ball naman for the girls in green. Ramirez. Altea tipping it over. Good rally we're seeing so far. Both teams really scrappy, off-speed attack. Magnaye tipping it over. And that time, Salle Lipa doing just enough to earn themselves a point.
Great for Salle Lipa, but UST really, with a commendable floor defense, it was just that point that they fell short.
But if you're Salle Lipa, you're starting to find your rhythm. It all starts in their floor defense. Pero yan eh, yan yung nag-halt sa momento nila, those errors coming from themselves. And now they find themselves down by 8 points, 16-8 as we head into our second technical timeout. Back with us here at the San Andres Sports Complex in Manila, Shane Di Maano and the rest of De La Salle Lipa struggling so far in set number 1. They trail 8 points, 16-8. UST starting out strong. Marga Altea got the first 2 points para sa kanila. Let's see if LaSalle can still mount a comeback. Shane Di Maano replies with a good attack from the left flank.
I feel like she's more comfortable with the higher types of sets because she has more time to have an explosive approach for her attacks.
And Vida Aringal balik sa front line. Raisa Mamay now on deck to serve. And a service ace galing dito kay Mamaylao.
Altea struggling to deliver that ball to her setter.
And yan yung mga kailangan nila. If you're LaSalle Lipa, you've got to execute, minimize your errors.
And start with your serves. Like Coach Aimee did mention a while ago that she wants more heavier serves.
Sinson, the snap of the wrist.
You have to give credit to Magnay who really ran for that set. And even if she was already outside of the court, she was able to adjust to her spiker, to the spiker's set.
Perfect execution of that attack galing dito kay Sinson. 17-10.
We noticed that UST has been giving us very heavy serves compared to De La Salle Lipa.
Heavy serves and also an all-out attack coming from their spikers. And
Very similar attack to what we just saw coming from Altea also.
so 18-10. So well spread yung points ng UST so far. Let's see if LaSalle can regroup. From the back, Ramirez. And parang Richie almost, if not half of the points itong UST coming off yung errors lang nitong LaSalle Lipa.
Well, actually, La Salle Lipa, those self-made errors, that sometimes damages the team spirit. And I feel like that's what they need to work on for the next set, or even in this set, as soon as possible, if ever. So that they
Another
can
error.
bounce back and still catch with a very comfortable lead of 8 points coming from UST.
And the subs come in. We've got Aldre Las replacing muna. Ito si Ramirez. And the 12-year-old Mason De Silva.
12 years old.
That's right.
Wow, and she's already playing for high school?
That's right.
Wow.
And she's really playing well so far for LaSalle Lipa. Hindi lang siya yung basta pinasok lang to gain experience. She's really contributing for the girls from Batangas.
Well, to be that young and to already gain the exposure, a competitive league such as Shakey's Girls Invitational League, that's an advantage for you in the future.
And Arasan drills it as my partner Richie Cordero pleasantly surprised from that attack.
You see that she's not the tallest of players, but when she elevates, you see that she really has great composure and power in her, that she just explodes like a bomb.
And she's actually the daughter of Jennifer Arasan, who's the head coach of EAC ICA. So it's 2011. Di Maano from the right. Mauricio tinawid, and that's a rare error galing dito sa UST. It's 2012. LaSalle Lipa has a chance to inch closer. Team captain Shane Di Maano. Really consistent para sa kanila. But that time, service goes wide. 21-12. And here she is, Stephanie Arasan. Really strong performance last time out against Bacolod Taytong. Jump serve.
Beautiful serve.
Quick set kay Karingal. Chance for UST. They go to Chua. And she gets it to go.
what we can commend in USC side is that they're so good at adjusting even if they aren't able to give the ball directly to their setter, because the libero can set and sometimes the utility spikers also are able to set the ball to the open spikers. So it's a good dynamic when it comes to their team.
Double-digit lead by UST as Salle Lipa searching for answers. And that served the game brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. UST full-blown onslaught so far. Last, they go to De Silva, picked up by Mauricio. Altea cross-scored, just enough to get it to drop there.
Great adjustment coming from her, even if that was already far from the net. You know, sometimes when you have missed sets coming from your setter, and it's something you can't control. What you can control is how you adjust and really make a way to force its way to the other side of the court.
Now it's set point for UST, and they do get this set in dominant fashion, 25-12. The Junior Tigresses' strong start here in their very last match dito sa ating 2023 Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational League. 25-12, set number 2 in just a bit when we return. With us here at the San Andres Sports Complex in Manila as we bring you set number 1 highlights in our match between UST and Salle Lipa. Richie, what's the story here in set number 1?
Well, UST in the first set, very limited errors produced by their squad, memorable attacks from Altea, Arasan, great floor defense as well, and of course we have Magnai to thank for that. And with all of the players supporting each other. On the other hand, Salle Lipa struggled to start as explosive as UST as they created a number of errors that cost them that first set loss.
As you take a look at the numbers here, Richie.
Well, UST produced twice the amount of attacks that Salle Lipa had, and we can see that they also had 8 aces in comparison to Salle Lipa, who only had 1. But of course, the errors also 5 for UST and 4 for Salle Lipa.
So the errors, really, the demise galing dito sa Salle Lipa unable to execute. But good news, a whole new set number 2 in just a bit. Happy to have you with us here. Saturday quadruple header earlier on. We saw NU Nazareth School lose to California Academy in 4 sets. And in the other semifinals matchup, nanalo naman yung Naga College Foundation against Bacolod Taitung as set number 2 underway, and it's brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. And again, the error galing dito sa Salle Lipa, getting the point para dito sa UST. And si Jacqueline Lipat, pinasok na rin dito ni Coach Ler Magiron. Former coach of the Adamson Lady Falcons back in UAP Season 84 as a service ace for UST.
UST's services have been very heavy and have been damaging the reception area of De La Salle Lipa.
So another strong start for the girls from España. Magnayo once again. Rocafort, Di Maano. And a net touch violation against Salle Lipa.
Let's see that once again.
3-0.
Very close to the net, given that her spiker was actually coming from the outside area. It will be very hard for her to adjust and still get that ball over.
And a rare error galing dito kay Ashley Magnaye. Actually, she and ito si Jacqueline Lipat were once part of this squad. Itong Salle Lipa was also coached by Aimee Mendoza. So interesting dynamic here as ito naman Rocafort, setter para dito sa Salle Lipa. Let's see if she could get things going for them. Magnaye back set. Ito pagkakataon for Salle Lipa. Rocafort goes to Di Maano, block there.
And again, Althea is named as the second best blocker of the previous UAAP season. That's why she was easily timed that block coming from Salle Lipa
But she's actually playing the outside hitter position.
instead of the middle blocker.
Yep.
Yes.
Talagang ginugroom nila yan eh. Marga Althea, of course, on course to be a force in the collegiate ranks. Interesting where she will end up.
And you've actually seen that strategy of middle blockers being converted into opposite spikers. It's because sometimes when the opposite spiker is inside of the court, they are needed to block the open spiker, who is usually the porciento spiker. So the blockings really need to be established.
That's an error against UST. At the top of your head, Richie, may naalala ka bang like girls na from middle blocker played the outside, convert to being an outside hitter and actually became effective?
Opposite. Actually, Ate D, Kim D, and Leila Cruz, they were both middle blockers or middle spikers first, maybe because of their height, but then you see them both in LaSalle being converted by Coach Emil into opposite spikers as they are needed for the blocking part of the team.
But this middle blocker wreaking havoc on the defense itong Salle Lipa, Jaila Adrao. So it's 5-3, make that 6-3.
You see the intensity of USD serve still very consistent until the second set.
Take a look once again.
Oh, they already had 8 services in the first set, and they're still contributing the same exact points. Oh, but
Almost. But that time it sails out. So better start for Salle Lipa. Unlike nung first set na pag-iwanan agad sila, 6-1. Here it's 6-4. Only a 2-point lead. Let's see if they could capitalize. Pamaylao on deck to serve. Magnaye goes to Lipa at cross court. And another net touch violation against the girls in green.
rinig mo yung pitik ng palo ni Lipat eh. And you already know, like from the sound, that it's gonna be sharp.
And Lipat was actually the MVP of the match nung nakalaban nila yung Salle Zobel in their last preliminary match. Di Maano sets up the 12-year-old De Silva. Magnayo. Lipat once again.
Lipat really taking advantage of her small blocker inside of, in front of her.
So it's 8-4 UST. Salle Lipa still trying to find a way to overcome this onslaught galing dito sa UST. Let's take a look once again. So Jacqueline Lipat came off the bench, instantly producing para dito kay Coach Ler Magiron.
And you see that there was also an adjustment done by the UST Tigresses as madaming substitution yung ginawa ng De La Salle pa.
As we check out our Shakey Super Fans of the Day, brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. Loving the action so far. Although nalaglag na sila both in the quarterfinals, you could see that both teams really trying their best to finish their campaign on a high note.
You know, a game is a game. You know, the ending of a game is still, you'd really want to win it.
8-4 UST. They won set number 1, 25-12. Good first ball. Tingnan natin kung makaalagwa sila dito.
Oh, De Silva is also kaliwete.
Oo. Lipat again. 3 straight points. Yan yung luxury for Coach Ler Magiron. Kahit sinong pwede niyang hugutin, instantly producing. Lipat did not actually play set number 1. Cut time almost, but a service error kontra dito sa UST. And on the side nitong Salle Lipa, although si Shane Di Maano yung kanilang team captain, they're really searching for that one vocal leader who could rally them na pag ganito, when things are not going their way, who will step up
That
and
spark plug.
who will boost their morale. See here, another point galing dito kay Jacqueline Lipat.
You actually notice that most of USC's points when it comes to attacking come from the open side of the court. And they have the same targets when it comes to damaging the defensive line of De La Salle pa.
So Salle Lipa getting themselves a point. Actually, libero pa yung nakapuntos doon.
Smart play, yeah. Not very often you see a
Yes,
libero trying
exactly.
to score a point.
Aldovino with a good serve. And don't look now, Salle Lipa gaining momentum.
A few careless errors coming from USD, allowing Salle Lipa to really come close to the score.
So it's 10-7 now. UST with a 3-point lead. Another good serve. And that will result to an error kontra dito sa UST, double contact, sabi ng ating referee. Obvious call there. Miscue galing dito sa Junior Tigresses. 3 straight points galing dito sa Salle Lipa. Another sharp serve.
Great serve. That's what Salle Lipa has been missing the past 2 sets.
Rocafort going for the 1-2 play.
Rocafort really deceiving USD's defense as she had that 1-2 play.
And now it's Coach Ler Magiron's turn to press the timeout button. Let's listen in to their huddle.
Diyan, pinaniniwala mo ako na kaya mo. Panindigan mo naman yung desisyon mo. Alam ko meron kayong mga gustong gawin dyan sa loob. Ngayon, this is the time. Kaso problema, ayaw nyo magtrabaho. Gusto nyo lang pero ayaw nyo trabahuhin. Ha? Libero! Pambira naman yung dalawang libero eh. Trabaho tayo. Trabaho tayo.
Tulungan niyo yung libero kapag mababa na yung
Okay lang yan. Sige, hinga lang na malalim. Pasa ng isang maayos. Pasa ng isang maayos.
Huwag kayo makapantay.
Go, go, go. Isang error pa. Pasa ng
You know, coaches give the confidence to the players. And I think this was the reminder of coach to her players that they really have to step up if they want to be given that time to shine inside the court.
You gotta give credit to Aldovino from De La Salle Lipa who's been serving well, giving trouble sa first balls ng mga libero. Itong UST and another one right on cue. Chance here for La Salle Lipa to tie things up. They go to Di Maano, napayungan doon. Good job. Galing dito kay Penulyar.
UST perfectly timed that block, seeing that the ball was actually being given slowly. You know, when you give a free ball to your opponent, the only thing you can do is first to defend near the net. And they did that perfectly.
So momentarily, stopping the momentum nitong La Salle Lipa. Di Maano. Through the blockers. And Sinson, binalik na dito ni Coach Larry Magiron, pinalitan muna.
You see that if your blockers have that height advantage, as an attacker, your only option or one of the best options you have is to really power through the attack to have a touch ball.
Sinson replacing Colendra, who drew the ire of Coach Larry Magiron in that last timeout. Lipat from the back. Rocafort, underhand set. They go to Di Maano once again.
Another point for Di Maano. This girl has been that spark plug we have been looking for the past 2 sets.
The team captain. Really relentless kanina na block siya. But on those last 2 sequences, delivering. And now we are tied up here in set number 2, 11 all. And that is out. So UST, 1-point lead. For UST naman, Richie, what has went wrong so far here in this set?
I feel like they've become a bit complacent when it comes to receiving their first balls and a little bit less in explosivity when they are approaching to attack.
On the other hand, you see the confidence oozing from the side of Coach Aimee Mendoza and the rest of the De La Salle Lipa girls. 12 all, a chance for them to get their very first lead of the match. Tandaan natin, UST in set number 1.
Dominated.
5-0 agad. And La Salle Lipa hasn't come back since. But in service error, so point will be given to UST. 13-12. And ito medyo nanahimik na in this set to si Marga Altea. And that is a service error. So 13 all. For La Salle Lipa, this is your chance to grab this set, grab the momentum. Di Maano at the service line. Good first ball. Through the block. Chance here. Aldovino. Magnaye sets up Adraw. That has been working time and time again for the UST Junior Tigresses.
That was such a quick play. You see the familiarity of the setter to the middle blocker. It's like they've practiced it 100 times because that was perfectly executed.
It's such a beauty to behold yung ganyang setup job kay Adraw, that quick set. They've done that at least twice now. Rocafort, ganda rin naman nung bigay niya doon kay Mamaylaw.
Hindi magpapatalo tong isang lupa.
Take a look at that tough angle to set.
You see her actually just flicking her wrist. There wasn't much arm action when it came to that attack, but she was still able to deliver that perfectly.
Third deadlock of the set. Can they finally get over the hump? And they do! La Salle Lipa in command. 15-14.
You see how every error is so crucial, as the momentum in volleyball can really just shift in 1 second. In 1 point, it can be to the other opponent right away.
And if you're Coach Amy Mendoza, you gotta love the fight you're seeing from your girls. But that time, Penuliar, easy pickings on that middle attack.
Both teams are now becoming more aggressive, as they are showing kind of similar intensities inside of the court.
15 all. Can UST get a 2-0 set lead, or can Salle Lipa tie things up? Timaano from the back. Magnayi, running attack kay Penuliar. Nandun si Crawford. Aldovino against 2 blockers. Lipat, smart play from Jacqueline Lipat.
You see that Jacqueline Lipat actually peaked a little bit where the defensive line of Lipa had a hole, and nakita niyang nag-backwards na yung galaw ng Lipa. That's why she opted for a drop ball.
UST in command 16-15 as we head into our second technical timeout. Back with us here at the San Andres Sports Complex in Manila for the 2023 Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational League. Ken Pangilinan alongside Richie Cordero and Richie Salle Lipa changing their fortunes here. They finally got a brief taste of a lead, but UST up by 1. But in set number 1 kasi was UST dominating 25-12. But here, a whole new ball game in set number 2.
Well, I think also Salle Lipa needed a bit of time to also warm up, because if you noticed before the game, UST actually warmed up first before Salle Lipa, which can usually result to them being heated up more.
But right now, Jacqueline Lipat started out strong in set number 2. And ito, back-to-back points from the former Salle Lipa player. So remember, best of 5 sets tayo ngayon, unlike the previous matches. As we see here, UST getting the momentum back as we head into a timeout ni Coach Amy Mendoza.
Basic lang naman yan eh. Dominate mo ang first ball. Labas ang kamay. Bida, ang tatas na nakukuhang bola, bantayan mo na. Girls, tao-tao, masibat. Bantayan mo agad dito, Mason. Kapag sabi ko naman sa'yo, pag pangit, ilaglag mo lang. Hindi pwedeng same ang gagawin mo. Iba naman ang bigay sa'yo. Off-timing ka na eh. Bakit sa school you're thinking? Let's go! Listen! Sa school you are thinking. Here you're not.
Same instructions coming from Coach Amy. First ball na nga ang unahin ng kanyang teammate, ng kanyang players, and also to watch the blockers, as the UST setter is opting to give higher sets, so it's easier for them to block even if they are in a disadvantage of height.
Salle Lipa giving up 4 straight points to UST. Make that 5 off that block once again. Kain dito ay Penuliar.
Let's see that play once again.
Good coverage galing dito sa UST, and Aldovino nilabas muna as Tienza will come in. 19-15. Salle Lipa had the lead 15-14, but 5 straight points by UST. Rocafort goes to De Silva. Another block from Penuliar.
Actually, coming from the timeout, Coach Amy was actually telling De Silva that if she wasn't confident with the set she was given, is to just drop it. But in that case, UST's blockers were just really dominating their with their net presence and preparation to block balls.
2015, 5-point lead. for the girls from Espanya. Another good serve from Simpson. Atienza with a wind-up. UST. They go to Penuliar, and that's a violation. Catch and throw against the Junior Tigresses. So 4-point lead. Salle Lipa still has a chance to mount a comeback. And bagong pasok ulit. Ramirez. Underhand set. They go to Lipa. Down the line.
Beautiful placement for that attack. She shifted her body mid-air and really directed that ball to zone 1. It actually hit the line perfectly in zone 1. And usually those are the spots in the court that are very difficult to read.
6 points so far for Lipat in this set. As Caringal dumps it in.
Easy point for Caringal.
Vida Caringal.
A very soft touch, but sometimes those are the things that you need to have that precise effort to get that ball to hit the floor.
Atienza on deck to serve. And it's out. So UST recovering just in time. And Coach Aimee Mendoza, no choice but to burn her final timeout of the set. Let's listen in to their huddle.
Lahat. Kaya free ball, kaya service. Paano tayo magsiset ng play? Kung ang sasabihin natin, every time magta-time out ay dumipensa kayo. Every time makakabigay, ito na lang nang ito ang bigyan mo, patay tayo, papatay tayo. Eh kaso mga receive natin, lahat stiff. Tulong ka sa depensa dyan. Let's go! Lasal!
Yun na nga, very filled with emotions ang instructions ni Coach Aimee as she is giving the exact same instructions to her girls.
22-17. 5-point lead for UST. Another good serve. Service ace na ulit. Galing dito ay Penuliar, who's been having a spectacular game so far. It's 6-point lead. UST on the verge of getting set number 2 and have a 2-0 advantage in terms of sets. Altea, good block. Take a look at that once again. Altea going for it, but ready yung blockers itong Salle Lipa. And Vida Caringal, lalabas muna. Cash Miranda will come in, trying to serve out this set. They trail by 5, 23-18. And do they have one last comeback in set number 2? Let's see. Alte. Oh! And both of the girls going for it. But UST again grabbing that point.
You have a great attempt coming from the girls in green to still save that ball.
So it's now set point galing dito sa UST. Miranda with the first ball. Rocafort goes to Di Maano, trying for the down the line hit. Altea, chance ball for the girls in green. Single block by Altea, and it's enough for them to get the point and this set. UST winning it again, 25-18. Take a look once again at that single coverage block galing dito kay Marga Altea. UST looking to get this match. They win it 25-12, 25-18. Set number 3 in just a bit. Don't go away here on the Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational League. with us here at the San Andres Sports Complex in Manila as we bring you the Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational League UST, winning the first two sets, 25-12, 25-18. Tandaan natin, best of 5 tayo in this semi-final round as set number 2. Another strong start actually for UST. Tandaan natin nung set number 1, they went up 5-0 here in set number 2. Medyo nakadikit naman itong Salle Lipa, 6-4 UST, and then towards the middle part of the set, itong Salle Lipa actually had their first taste of the lead, 15-14, but that was the only time they led in this match. Ultimately, UST finishing strong and grabbing this set. A win at 25-18. Take a look at the numbers here, Richie.
Well, we see very similar numbers and attacks in comparison to the first set, where it was actually double the numbers of UST and the Salle Lipa. Now we can see that the aces of UST still dominating with 7 service aces, while only 3 for De La Salle Lipa, and of course the blocking system of UST helping them to get that win.
Jacqueline Lipat, who was inserted only at the start of set number 2, really providing the points para dito sa UST. Actually had 6 points to lead them in scoring in that set. So set number 3 underway. Salle Lipa, can they close this one out and get a set, or will UST bring home a win as this set number 3 brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. No, Richie, actually we saw itong Salle Lipa nag-improve na yung floor defense sila in the previous set, but towards the latter part, again, yung errors na naman naging problema nila. And much like set number 2, set number 1, they start out with an error. UST, then they close this one out. Magnay at the service line. Good serve once again. Di maano, tough angle. Combination play. Simpson.
Great combination play coming from UST.
Tingnan nga natin, after that point, the look away galing dito kay Simpson. Minatukan siya tuloy ni Margay. 2-0. Another good serve. Di maano with a wind-up. Lipat with a good first ball. Altea with a powerful hit. Tug up. But a draw.
With great net presence. You see that powerful attack coming from Altea and then being followed up with that regalo.
So 3-0 UST. Later on after this match, FE with Adamson naman, and another service ace from the setter. Etong UST, that's Ashley Magnaye, the former player ng De La Salle Lipa, and an early timeout here galing dito ay Coach Amy Mendoza.
Service, ilabas ang both arms, i-follow through. Shoelace mo. Bakit ang tigas? Bakit stiff? Sasa, nabaliktad ha? Yan ang aim mo. O, konti naman sa muka. Tumulong ka kasi ng depensa doon. Alam mo kung bit kami nahihirapan, kinukover ka ng lahat. Eh kung ibinalik mo yung dati yung depensa. Magsalita ka sa likod. Magsalita. Lord, sana makuha po namin. Let's go! Bida ko, malis ka na rin nga.
Very basic instructions once again coming from Coach Amy to her girls. And in the latter parts of that timeout, she did mention na magsalita. And that's what we're noticing right now with De La Salle Lipa in comparison to the second set, where they were actually already catching up to the intensity that UST was producing. Now they seem a bit more quiet. And even with that service ace coming from UST, they still struggle to gain that composure once again.
And katulad ng set number 1, it's 5-0 to start this set. Magnaye with her second service ace of set number 3. Another good service. Free ball para dito sa mga nakadilaw. Magnaye sets up Marga Altea, blocked. Good block. Actually, it was the setter, Rocafort, getting that one.
Very proud for that block, knowing that hinabol niya coming from the middle. Because Magnayi was actually trying to fake the blockers of De La Salle pa, and she was still able to read and catch up to that ball, even with the height advantage of UST. She really went for that fearlessly.
5-1. Good serve from Rocafort. Altea unable to get the ball across.
Altea finding the white strip on top of the net instead of having that to the other side of the court.
Coach Lur Magiron barking out quick instructions kay Marga Altea. So it's 5-2. Back-to-back points for Salle Lipa. Magnaye goes to Sinson once again. And that is out.
That was a tough angle for USD.
Tough angle para dito ay Sinson to work with.
You actually see her trying to aim for zone 2, which is the center side of the court for De La Salle pa.
So after UST jumped out to a 5-0 lead, 3 straight points naman. But that will be quelled by Jaila Adrao, another middle attack galing sa kanya.
It's nice to see that UST really tries their best to activate the middle spikers.
Really first set pa lang eh. You've seen them really activate to si Adrao, Penulyar.
Yeah, and not only them, but once they are given the chance to make a combination play, they really deliver a combination play.
6-4. Service error galing dito ay Marga Altea.
Good attempt. I feel like she was trying to aim for the middle spot for De La Salle pa.
Di Maano on deck to serve. Good service.
A
So,
chance.
chance ball para dito sa Salle Lipa. They go to Mamaylaw but denied by Jaila Adrao. Couldn't contain herself.
An umbrella block. She was perfectly already timed for that block.
I remember Jaila Adrao really nung first game nila against Naga College Foundation as she gets that service sailing out. She was the one really brought the fight for UST nung nakalaban lang Naga College Foundation their very first game. And has been really consistent by Coach Lerma.
I can only imagine coming from that celebration after her block.
Oo nga eh. Magnaye, underhand set, lipat. Di Maano chasing for it and good save galing dito. And nabiyayaan naman tong Salle Lipa with the point.
Miscommunication coming from the side of UST. That ball, well, that setup was actually too high for a trial combination play.
So Salle Lipa getting 6 of the last 8 points. UST jumped out to a 5-0 lead again in this set. So you're seeing the resiliency coming from the young girls itong Salle Lipa, but UST again, ganun din naman. Every time Salle Lipa will try to mount a comeback, they are there to stop the momentum, and here we head to our first technical timeout. Lamang UST by 2 points, but you know, Richie, good job by Salle Lipa coming back.
Yes, but also let's commend Sinson on that previous attack. You see her really targeting the target she was trying to do in the previous attacks, but she was successful at that point.
And you know, just to recap the first 2 games, our semifinals matches, we saw California Academy winning against NU Nazareth School in 4 sets. Samantala naman yung... But before that, we see familiar faces here, Richie.
We have Cassie Carvalho and of course Mangulabnan coming from the seniors of the UST Lady Tigresses.
And I think Pia Abu in pink is also there. So 3 UST players in the seniors program watching their younger, ano masasabi mo, teammates din dahil for sure nagkakasama-sama din sa training tong mga to.
Oh, I'm sure they share the same exact court and system when it comes to playing volleyball.
So 8-6. Pia Abu was actually part ng high school program din. Actually,
And
nag-abot sila.
Mangulabnan.
Oo, nag-abot sila ni Marga Altea. As, again, the Junior Tigresses score a point. Take a look once again, using the left hand. Great adjustment there, galing dito kay Jacqueline Lipat.
Oh, but great attempt coming from Atienza for that pancake save.
So it's 9-6. Let's see what UST will do. Lipat ulit. Atienza, the first ball. Di maano, pipe attack. Good rally. And Jacqueline Lipat, not the perfect set, but using her intelligence and wit to get that point.
You see her adjusting her upper body to still reach for the ball even if lunod na siya. And she was perfectly timed for that attack.
So Salle Lipa was able to cut it down to a single point, but UST 3 straight points ulit. Although, service error galing dito kay Sinson. 10-7. Sasan Ramirez to serve. Really good job in their last match against Naga College Foundation. Magnayi, quick set. Karingal was there to deny it.
Great coverage coming from UST.
UST tries to regroup. They go back to Jacqueline Lipat. Good pickup by Atienza. Siya na rin ang papalo. Magnayi trying for the 1-2. Masyadong malayo. Miscalculating that 1-2 attempt. Anong nangyari doon, Richie?
Well, she tried to deceive the defensive line for De La Salle Pa, but I think she miscalculated how far she was from the net.
Exactly. Nonetheless, 10-8. UST still up. Sinson, tough angle. Good pickup by Rocafort. Atienza. From the back, off speed. Chance here for the girls in green. Di maano.
We see na ang sipag dumepensa ng pareho nating kupunan.
Good rally we're seeing so far. Hinabol ni Atienza. Bagnay ngayon. Sets up Bahamande. And good block galing dito kay Karingal.
Ladies in green are celebrating that point.
Going one-on-one against Bahamonde, winning that matchup. So again, a 1-point lead. A chance here for Salle Lipa. Di maano from the back. Lipat, cross court. Good rally again. But sayang for Salle Lipa. It's the errors really haunting them.
I agree. Self-made errors, especially when you're in the middle of a really long and aggressive rally, can be the most disheartening of errors and points for your team.
11-9. Rocafort. Chance for UST again. Magnaye. Goes to Altea using her left hand. Rocafort trying for the 1-2 play. Magnaye. Goes to the back to Sinson. Si Altea ulit pinuntahan niya. Di maano, unable to retrieve that ball.
Well, we have to, you know what? I have to give credit to USC's libero, Rodriguez. She has been providing the best support system for her attackers in the past sets.
And much like si Jacqueline Lipat and Ashley Magnay, she's also part of Salle Lipa before. Ito si Rodriguez. Lipat from the back. Atienza. Pagkakaton for UST. Altea. Oh, it's in! Lipat miscalculating that reception attempt. Good job galing dito kay Shane Di Maano. It's 12-10. Magnaye sets up Bahamonde. Take a look once again. Magnaye setting up itong si Bahamonde. Actually, bagong pasok lang for Coach Ler Magiron. 13-10. Di Maano. Good attack once again from the team captain. Take a look once again. Shane Pinaano trying to keep itong Salle Lipa in it. Harasan, pinasok na dito ni Coach Ler Magiron. Pinaltan muna itong si Jacqueline Lipat. It's 13-11. UST won the first 2 sets, but Salle Lipa still fighting back, trying to get just 1 set in to get themselves back into this ball game. Service ace galing dito ay Vida Aringal.
And these are the points Coach Aimee was actually looking for ever since the first set, is kargahan nila yung mga services nila.
At tapangan nila because although sabihin natin mas experience ito sila Marga Altea who got that point, they know that what they're capable of. Talking about itong Salle Lipa, they've shown it. Kalaban nga nila, Naga College Foundation. They've shown it in the elimination round. They finished with a 2-1 record. They did a good hang with the best of the high school teams here sa ating Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational League. But UST with a 2-point lead. Chance here for LaSalle. And that is out. Point goes to the Junior Tigresses.
You actually noticed Di Maano trying to guide that ball to zone 1 because of her blockers already covering the cross-court area. But I feel like she miscalculated it a bit, that she sliced it a bit to the left.
So 15-12. Good setup. Paipatak galing kay Arasan. Shane Di Maano. Arasan was there again. Sinson from the right side. Getting that point once again. Coach Ler Magiron jumping up and down from the sidelines. Celebrating that point as UST up 16-12 here as we head into our second technical timeout. With us at the San Andres Sports Complex in Manila for the 2023 Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational League. A recap of our semifinals matches earlier. California Academy stunning itong NU Nazareth School in 4 sets. In our other semifinals matchup, Naga College Foundation, after dropping the first set, winning the last 3 and ousting itong Bacolod Taytong High School. So California Academy, Naga College Foundation in the finals. What do you think of that one, Richie? But first, nakita natin UST trying to close this set out and the match. 4-point lead. Aras with a good first ball. Magnaye. Combination play. Mamaylaw. Magnaye again. Goes to Altea. Drilling it down the line.
It's such an advantage for Althea to have her height because every time that she is being set the ball, she just needs the power of her arm to really guide the ball where she wants it to go.
17-12. Ashley Magnaye. Good serve again. And UST is just on a roll. So earlier on, but first ito Rocafort, pinaltan na muna dito ni Aldre Las. So 18-12. UST up by 6 points. Di Maano. Tinawid yung bola. Arasan, pipe attack. Aldovino was there. Di Maano once again. And that time, she gets it to drop.
Great angle. That was actually a very sharp angle coming from Di Maano. Perfectly landing on that line.
So Salle Lipa, di pa tapos ang laban, 18-13, but they have to make their run now. But UST with a plethora of spikers really contributing for them.
And again, we were saying a while ago how USC really adjusts every time they're given a ball, even if it's not the setter setting. Look at that set coming from Althea from the other side of the court.
Let's listen in to a Salle Lipa timeout.
Yung sa school kasi, basta short na nakaganan, laging sumusugod ka kaagad. May
Isa-isa tayo. Isa-isa. One to pass muna tayo ha. Pag binigyan, patay tayo. Okay? Isa-isa.
Tara. Depensa lang tayo, depensa. Hindi po ito. Sana makuha po namin ang momentum. Let's go! Let's go!
Isa.
Sikay ka lang naman.
Coach Amy really giving the chance for her team captain, Di Maano, to lead her team and give instructions, especially because they are the ones inside the court. And they really need to fight for this win if they still want to have the higher ranking in this tournament.
So 6-point lead for UST, 19-13. They won the first two sets, 25-12, 25-18. Marga Althea on deck to serve. Las. Sinson from the right. Di Maano chasing her for it, but unable to retrieve that ball. So UST again with the point. Marga Althea. Quite outing by her standards, but she didn't have to really carry the scoring load dahil ang daming pumuntos para dito sa UST.
And this is where you see the importance of having good serves and heavy serves. Na service pa lang nahihirapan na yung kalaban mo.
On the other hand, it's been all Shane Di Maano for Salle Lipa trying to carry her teammates. 20-14. And now she's on deck to serve the team captain. Ito si Shane Di Maano. Good service. Arasan was there. Ito, chance ball for the girls in green. Last combination play, Aldovino. Magnaye, binalik kay Arasan. Atienza goes for it. From the back, Di Maano. And that's enough to get them that point. Take a look at that once again.
It was actually defended by USC. It was just that no one was there to receive for the second ball.
So back-to-back points. Magnaye, set sa Padraw. Another chance ball, Arasan. Aldre Las goes to Aldovino. Off the block it goes. And giving high fives to her teammates emphatically, trying to pump herself up. Kyle Dimaano, actually Kyle Aldovino, sorry, getting that point. 2016. Magnayi, back set to Sinson. Good pick up by Karingal. Aldovino will try once again, but that time it goes out. Frustrated at that last error.
That's the struggle when you're not that blessed with height and the ball is already set up to you very high and far from the net.
Oh.
It's more often than not, you're gonna opt for a long ball. So it's a very difficult task.
His service ace galing dito kay Jaila Adrao.
UST really showing that their service aces are the ones that sets them apart to any other team.
UST 3 points away from bouncing back from that quarterfinals loss. Aldre Las goes back to Aldovino, blocked. Bahamonde and Arasan forming a wall. Las trying to save that one, crashing into the stands there. Natawa lang doon si Atienza, but ito, substitutions for Coach Ler Magiron. Chua will come in, as well as the daughter of PBA legend Rodney Santos, Aniza Santos. Papalitan na si Sinson and etong si Ashley Magnayi. 23 serving 16. Adrao at the service line. Sharp serve. Atienza. Chance ball for UST. Santos goes to Arasan, drills it. And Stephanie Arasan putting UST on the verge of grabbing this match kontra dito sa Salle Lipa. They are now at match point. Another good serve, clipping the net. Aldovino. Atienza from the left, another denial. And Bahamonde puts it away para dito sa UST as they win it in straight sets here. 25-12, 25-18, 25-16. If you're Salle Lipa, nothing to be ashamed of. Especially in set number 2, they really fought back, but UST was just in cruise control and total command of this match. They win it in straight sets here as they bounce back from that quarterfinals loss. Our MVP of the match in just a bit when we return only here on the Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational League. back with us here as UST winning it in straight sets 25-12, 25-18, and 25-16 as we bring you our MVP of the match brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos. Now Richie, so many players to choose from dahil ang daming nag-contribute for UST but it was the girl that really orchestrated the attacks para dito sa Junior Tigresses.
Well, of course, I had to choose Ashley Nicole Magnay. As you said, all of their players really made their contributions for their straight set win, but we have Ashley Magnay to thank for orchestrating all of the plays and combination plays USC showcased in today's match. We had 8 excellent sets coming from her.
And here she is, Ashley Magnay, our MVP of the match. Ashley, congratulations!
Thank you po.
So Ashley, sa pagkakalam namin, you came from this very same De La Salle Lipa program. And ito first time mo nakalaban, Coach Amy Mendoza, kalaban mo rin. Anong feeling na kalaban mo sila here at the Shakey's Girls Invitational League?
Feeling ko po kasi ang dami po nilang na-contribute sa akin. As a previous player po nila, yung mga values, yung mga tinuro po sa akin na instructions ni Miss Ives, nadala ko po dito sa UST. Forever po, yung mga values yun nga po, lagi ko po yung tinatandaan hanggang dito po, nung lumipat ako ng UST, yun lang po.
And as a setter naman, ang daming teammates mo na nag-shine in today's game. Paano mo yun nagawa? Paano mo sila binigyan ng kumpiyansa?
As a setter po, parang, ayun nga po, parang ako po yung key player of the game. Parang ang dami pong instruction ni coaches. Ang dami, sinunod ko po lahat yung mga instructions. Yun lang po.
At grabe, na-activate mo lahat
Opo,
ng spikers mo in today's game. Ito, Ashley, pagkakataon mo ng bumati at pagpasalamat. Go ahead.
Thank you po sa AIM Builders. Thank you po sa Cardano Cargo, Piva Restaurant. Thank you po kay Attorney Nico. Thank you, Attorney Arnold, Sir Chris, Kuya Anjo, and Ate Jade po. Thank you po sa support. Thank you po.
Ayan.
So congrats, Ashley.
And she will receive a super card and gift certificates from Shakey's. So hindi naman halatang nahilo si Ashley sa akuyog ng mga teammates niya.
Thank you po.
Really happy for her getting that MVP of the match award. Ayan, papizza ka daw sa mga teammates mo.
Sama kami.
Ayan. So, congratulations once again, Ashley Magnay, our MVP of the match. Really spectacular performance. As we mentioned, Richie, as we take a look at set number 1, ang ganda ng simula agad ng UST. They really set the tone here, 5-0, and La Salle Lipa was really helpless in this set, unable to get things going.
Yes, and you really see them dominating and continuing their intensity, especially in the service line where they had, I believe, 8 points coming from only service aces.
And they win it in set number 1, 25-12. Set number 2, more of the same. Although La Salle Lipa was able to provide a much better showing here. They in fact led briefly their only taste of the lead, 15-14 midway through this set. But UST finishing out strong behind the attacks ni Jacqueline Lipat.
Yes, and they saw that the intensity of De La Salle Lipa was actually catching up to them. That's why they had a bit of adjustments to do.
And they win it 25-18. Pagdating nung set number 3 na naman, UST again jumped out to a 5-0 lead. Nung early stages na nung set number 3, at least twice na-cut ng La Salle Lipa to a single point yung kalamangan. But UST was just too much. Jaila Adrao as well as Sinson combining forces, really doing damage, and La Salle Lipa was just unable to recover.
Yes, and
you mentioned nga, Richie, how these players really contributed well, yung contribution nung multiple players for UST. As we see here, the numbers here, break it down for us, Richie.
okay, well, we see that UST obviously has their attacks as their advantage for this match. And of course, let's commend their service aces from 16 for UST and only 7 for De La Salle Lipa. And of course, the opponent errors that were done, 17 and 11 as well.
So UST getting the job done here, winning it in straight sets. sa ating unang dalawang semifinals matches, we've got California Academy and College Foundation taking care of their foes. UST will go for the battle for 5th against the winner of our very last game. Ayan po, FEU Diliman taking on Adamson University. That should be a good one. Kaya tutok lang po kayo dito sa ating Girls Volleyball Invitational League here at the San Andreas Sports Complex in Manila.